All right, so today we're looking at a real basic side control escape. As a beginner, one of the most common scenarios is that you've gotten your guard passed and that you're being pinned in side control or mount or south. So we're going to go over some real basic escape from side control, elbow knee escape. All right, so if my partner has the wedges in the correct spot, which he does, my elbow is up here stuck on the platform. This is going to be a fight to get this back in. It shouldn't be easy if the person on top is doing the right thing. Okay, so there's a number of ways to get this elbow in. One of the most basic ways is that I just have my foot here for my bridge on the outside of my hip. I take my hand just slightly down towards the mat, and I'm going to bridge hard. I'm going to pop my partner with my bicep somewhere in between the ear and the shoulder. I'm trying to act as if I'm trying to touch this finger to the mat. So I get a big bridge, and as I do, I pull my elbow in, okay? So once again, my elbow's inside now, but before it's stuck on the platform here. So I bring my foot in, I bring my hand down slightly, and I pop my partner as I bridge. I'm trying to look over my right shoulder, and I pull my elbow in, okay? A real common mistake is people put their butt to the floor, and then they try to pull their knee in to meet their elbow. And I don't have a frame across my partner's face yet. And so there's nothing making him uncomfortable. Okay, so in a perfect world, I would love to bridge and then pull my knee in. But just in my experience, it doesn't happen like that so often. What happens is that you bridge and you pull your elbow in, he's gonna flatten you back out, okay? So from here, I wanna get a nice cross face from the bottom. And I want you guys to be very careful about how you do this, especially if your partner has their arm on what I refer to as the attacking side of the head. Because if I go to brush my partner's hair now, I'm stuck in this key lock Americana, okay? So when I'm here, I also don't want to bridge like this and get my elbow stuck. Now I'm stuck in a head and arm situation. So what I like to teach here is I get my elbow in, I'm just cupping the hip, okay? From here, I'm gonna take my hand like a knife and I'm gonna cut the back of my partner's neck. And I'm just gonna get real nasty. If he's, bearing down here, you're gonna get pretty rough here and just get underneath his chin. Now my hand's on the shoulder, and this makes it to where my partner's not so comfortable putting pressure down as much, okay? So as I make my second bridge, I'm gonna steer my elbow high, making my partner's head go away. So I'm here, I bridge again, I steer his head. Notice that my butt stays off of the ground. My inside foot is up. It's not coming across an angle like this and hitting his hip. My foot is up, and it's gonna come down to meet my elbow at an angle as my hips swivel away. See that? Now from here, I'm gonna take my hand that was on the first hand here that got inside on the hip. I'm gonna answer the phone. Boom, come to the bicep. My other foot is going to go to the top of my other foot. So the arch of my foot here is on like the ankle. And as I push away, I love to get my right knee, the one that's inside now, across this far hip. Because if my partner sits up here, you can see that it's in between his legs. So he can pinch it and start to like backstep and pass this way. Boom, I don't want that. So as I bring my knee in, now I've got my bicep and shoulder, I'm gonna push away and drive my knee across his belt line like this, okay? So one more time. Trapped in side control. My partner has good wedges. He's making me look away, and he's got my elbow pinned on the hip. My foot comes in and just slightly outside the hip. I bring my arm down, I bridge hard, my elbow comes in. I reset. Cut the back of his neck, cut the front. Hand to the shoulder, hand on the hip. Don't stick your hand inside like this, you'll get wrist lock. It's nasty. So I like to use the entirety of my forearm here and cup the hip. Now my second bridge requires that I turn his face away. Boom. My leg comes up and down. So Peanut sits up here, you can see that I've made this connection with my elbow and knee here in the middle, okay? So we're here, I answer the phone, foot to foot, and I drive away push away rather than driving my knee across, okay? So one more time with no words. And that's just a look at a real basic elbow knee escape from side control. Just keep in mind that there are many ways to get that elbow in first. Sometimes it will require that you bridge away first and bridge back in like a 1-2 punch, but hopefully this will help.